highly successful business model. When COVID hit, it made an immediate impact, driving our business down to a zero revenue. It's been difficult, but tough times don't last, tough people do. My name is Marcus Crawford. I am the owner of Bro-Ritos, flagship location in Hackensack, and food trucks that travel around the state of New Jersey.
The world is always changing, and obstacles and challenges will always present itself, but it's important for you to adapt. Having over 10 years of experience working with numerous Fortune 500 companies, I have found that no challenge is too large to tackle. As a business owner, you have to look at, am I going to sit back and allow this to happen to me, or am I going to do something about my future? My name is Lucinda Cross, and I'm a small business coach and the CEO of Activate Worldwide.
Definitely excited to work with the Comeback Coach program through Verizon. Everything that we've done has been on our own. It's a beautiful opportunity to be able to have a coach that can come in to help us move forward. Bro-Ritos is a Mexican food concept. We've started as a food truck. We've expanded into 2 food trucks as well as a store by just selling burritos, tacos, quesadillas throughout the state and just bringing a good fun vibe to people. So, that's the culture we're putting together.
Back in 2014, I met Marcus. He was starting a mobile franchise business, and I seen that he needed help. My name is Johnny Gibbs, partner and manager of Bro-Ritos.
There's a big gap in equity and in wealth being an African American in America, and the only way to change that is to actually do the work. So we opened up our first Bro-Rito food truck in 2016.
We found a truck on Craigslist, gutted it out ourselves, built it out, got it running,
and we saw immediate success with that truck for the next 2-3 years.
We peaked in terms of revenue, in terms of how much the first truck can make itself.
It was so good that we figured, hey, it's time to expand, and we always wanted to get a second truck. In doing so, we realized we're going to need some type of base, and instead of doing a commissary where we just flat pay rent, we figured let's pay rent and let's still generate revenue as well by opening a store.
In the winter season, the truck really doesn't go out, so that was the point of opening the store to help bring some revenue in.
We signed our lease in January, and the announcement of COVID happened mid-March before we can open our doors. We weren't able to have a grand opening. People were, afraid to go outside at this point from coverage about COVID. So everybody's staying inside, and we have a store that we have to open, and now we have to pay rent on.
It just messed up our whole planning for the winter.
And now we have to kind of rethink, how do we get through the next few months?
So it's great to finally meet you guys, and I'm so excited to finally see the food truck. So what are some of the challenges that you've had since COVID?
One was actually opening the store. We're kind of in a hole where there's no residential business, so there's no true dinner business, and there's no lunch business because everybody's working from home. But since things are starting to open up just a little bit, the trucks are back on the road, they're working out, but the store is now, we're kind of dragging the store along.
Any concerns about the truck?
We do more of our business spring and summer, fall. Once winter hits, it's completely a standstill for the truck business. What can we do to keep this pushing, keep the brand pushing?
While COVID has affected many small business owners now, it's important for us to implement new ideas to have a stronger position. One thing that I recommend is thinking outside the box, or even thinking about no box at all. First of all, you guys are sitting on a gold mine. The whole restaurant industry has been turned upside down. I'm thinking going on a tour where you're not here during the winter months, but your truck is able to move to the warmer side. We'll take the food trucks out of New Jersey and create a tour where they're able to go to southern states such as North Carolina, Georgia. This way they are still able to function and increase their marketing value. You guys are also connected to some fraternities, so maybe we can tie in maybe an HBCU tour with everything that's happening now. This would go great. Bro-Ritos, social justice, helping young black men. And if we position it right, we can get investors, we can get supporters who I believe would be interested in bringing something like this to their community.
Putting the tour together is actually very smart because with us wanting to expand, it kind of gives us a beta test. So we can actually go to these cities, put a Bro-Ritos truck or a Burritos pop-up shop and say, hey, look, we're open, test these markets. And then we could take that city to city. It will 100% bring in revenue through the winter months. So either way we do it, it'll work out for us.
Now that you guys are getting ready to get on the road, it's important for us to handle things logistically. So in terms of your website, how are you tracking your traffic?
Right now, we don't have anything.
Okay, so you definitely need something that will help you understand where your market is coming from. It's so important to understand who your target market is. You don't want to waste resources, time, finances in ads, directing your content to the wrong audience. And in order to do that, you have to stay niche focused. So a tool that I think would work well for you is Local Works. It's a smart online tool that enables you to ensure your customers can find you wherever they look in over 70 online directories. This will help you keep track of your audience so your market will know which town you're in, which state you're in, and it'll allow us to do push notifications on Yelp straight to your customers' phones. If you are not taking advantage of new technology to streamline the process of operations, your business will be left behind. My goal is getting you to work less in the business and more on the business, being the true CEOs and not the employees of your own company.
So far, we've learned that even though the pandemic has slowed us down, we are in position to still grow, and we're really looking forward to putting these things in place.
Marcus is very creative. This is his brainchild. And one thing that I absolutely admire about him is his wisdom at such a young age. So from the start of this process, he made me a believer in his vision. And I'm excited to help him recreate something new and even bring some of his visions that he had dormant to life.